Hi, Taylor T. Carlson, and I'm back with another video for you. I just did reviews for the vinyl soundtracks for Castlevania 1 and 2 from the NES, and I've just added to my collection again with the soundtrack of Castlevania III, Dracula's Curse. So, we're going to do a quick unboxing, and then I'm going to go through, talk about the game a little, share my opinions on this release, and you can see if this is one worth picking up. Of course, here's your cover art. Really grotesque, disturbing artwork. Suits the Castlevania series pretty well. There's the spine text right there. On the back, kind of building on the same theme. Got your track list down here. And this I quite like. The inner gatefold has locations from the game as well as like a loose map of the main route through the game. Doesn't have any of the lower path levels pictured, unfortunately, but pretty nice looking for what it is. Then we have the actual records themselves. These are appropriately enough contained in black sleeves. There you get the center. Sides A and B, which are on the first record, are the soundtrack to the NES Castlevania Dracula's Curse, whereas the side C and D, which are on the second record, are the Famicom version soundtrack, which used more sophisticated sound equipment and therefore sounded a little better than the NES version. And the record is a bright orange, very, very bold. I like the fact that they didn't just slap these on plain black discs because they look amazing, and it's great to, like I said, at long last, get the Castlevania soundtracks on vinyl. If you haven't played the series before, the original Castlevania was sort of a side-scrolling action game which you get secondary weapons along the way and you fight boss characters at the end of each set of levels. Castlevania II went to more of a RPG-style approach in which you have to go through towns and solve puzzles and things like that, but the English translation was really bad, so it didn't really make a lot of sense. It was impossible to beat without a walkthrough. Castlevania III smartly went back to the style of the original game, but it added in new branching paths as well as extra playable characters that you can team up with, and that's what really set this game apart and helped to make it one of the best Castlevania games and one of the best games on the NES. Of course, like the other soundtracks, this came with an Obi strip here. You got your game logo right there, Mondo, artist info, description of the game. So you get the logo again, list of some upcoming soundtracks from that company, social media info, and your barcode. Now, like I said, this soundtrack, it consists of two records. The first record is the NES soundtrack. The second record is the Famicom soundtrack, which used more sophisticated sound equipment. If you're a fan of the Castlevania games at all, you know that these had great soundtracks, and they always rank amongst the best music on whatever system they're on. I was really happy to get my hands on this one because it's easily one of my favorites in the series. It's especially nice to go, you can play these two records, you can compare the versions, the NES version and the Famicom version, and you can decide which ones are your personal favorites. For anyone who is a fan of the franchise, a fan of the Castlevania games, buying this one's pretty much a no-brainer. Unlike the other two records I reviewed prior to this, the soundtracks for Castlevania 1 and 2, those were 10-inch records that played at 45 RPM. This is a normal 12-inch record set that plays at 33 1/3 RPM like most traditional LPs. Are you a Castlevania fan? Have you added any of these vinyl releases to your collection? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also subscribe to this channel for more content and like my video if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson, and I will see you in my next video.